What's up, everybody? I am Kayy Simone. My guy Ali John is finally back in the damn building.
I'm back.
After being gone for a couple weeks. You're now tuned in to yet another episode of Champions Corner.
Yes, we are back.
Yeah, you missed the mic?
Yeah, of course, man. It's my happy place.
Good. We got our special guest in the building, Frankie.
Yes. Thank y'all for having me.
Of course, definitely. I'm gonna let everybody know where you from, what town you repping.
Yeah, I'm from South Jersey, Pensacola, New Jersey to be exact.
Okay.
Frankie Hill. You can find me everywhere, Twitter, Instagram at using Frank. Yeah.
All
right, so I gotta ask you, cause you know, I'm from North Jersey.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
And you on all the socials. So what you think about this North Jersey, South Jersey kind of like divide? Cause you know North Jersey really be feeling like South Jersey is like Pennsylvania. Like they not even Jersey. Like
and we feel like y'all New York. So
man,
we're gonna put it on the table. It's major love. Though. The divide is real. It's a real thing for sure. It's kind of unfortunate because I feel like we like spread our talents out a lot by not like coming together over some petty, just weird stuff. But it's real. If that's like, I don't feel any way about it. Like, cause I got friends from up top, and so like my kind of relationships with people from up top always been good. So like I never had like a weird encounter. Only the weirdest it probably ever gotten is like basketball. But I think I got weird encounters with people in South Jersey with basketball. So it's just like that's the. But I definitely I see it and I acknowledge it. But you know I don't let it bother me because like I said I bang with a lot of people up here. So
where's Pennsauken by?
Pennsauken is in South Jersey, so it's right next to Camden. If y'all familiar with Camden, it's like literally like one
neck
street.
And neck.
It's like this is the line. Like that's where I lived at. I lived off like Highland, and like East Camden was right here, and Pennsauken was right here. So it was like that was the line between going to suburb school and you at the high and came to high. So that was really it. It was that little line right there. So it's right next to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in that area?
It was weird. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. All right. Woo, it's lit. All right, yeah. This shit was weird as hell, right? Nah, I say that only because, like, so my family, my mom's is from Detroit and my dad was from Camden. So don't ask me how I know how they met up, but the story's ridiculous. It's some Star Wars shit. Like, I don't even know how y'all did that. Nah, it ain't no Star Wars shit. But Detroit to Camden is ridiculous to me. But most of my, like, I originally lived in Camden, and then I moved to Pennsauken probably like 10 or 11 or 12, something like that. I think it was like probably like 9 or 10 or something like that. But all of my family was there, and that's always been like a thing of mine that kind of like it fucked with me like at an early age, cause like all of my family was living like in the hood basically, and I was like. Not in the hood, but I was just like right outside in the suburbs. So I always kind of felt like not bad, but it just fucked with me because I like some of my brothers and my cousins and everybody like I really fucked with over the summers. Like I would go there and I would just be there for a summer, and then like they was dealing with real shit. Like I was old enough to know the shit they was going through in there, but like I was away from it. So always kind of felt like not bad, but like this responsibility. I don't know what it was. It probably wasn't responsibility, but it's something that fucked with me a lot because I was just like it's weird because it's like I know these kids over here in the suburbs, like they cool or whatever, and then I got my fam and my friends out there, and it was just always like I always felt like I was in the middle.
Like you were torn between.
Yeah, I was kind of torn between two sides, and I mean, granted, it helped shape who I am today, so I'm thankful for it. But growing up, it was kind of like awkward and weird.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how that was.
So you're a musician. We didn't put that out there.
Yes, I am a rapper. Musician? Yes.
Do you feel like you being torn between the two places had anything to do with the way that you write your music?
Oh, for certain. Yeah, because it's kind of like growing up, I got like the fucked up shit that was happening just like on the ground surface level. Like, this is why it's fucked up. Oh, well, not even why. It's just fucked up. And then on the other side, like, my mom was like a CO, and my pop, he used to work over in Philly at like some refrigeration spot. But I kind of got like the why it was like this, kind of like they was like more, they had more knowledge of why things was the way it was. Like, they used to watch CNN and follow up on news and all that kind of, like, weird stuff. So, like, I got to see what was happening, and then I also got to see, like, the behind the scenes of why it was happening. And that kind of, like, it was interesting to me. So when I go to write, like, I'm always writing from, a dual-sided place of, like like why things are the way they are, and also like the bigger reason or like the systemic reasons of why things are the way they are. So it's always like it's a weird line to toe, because I'm never coming off as like the super hood nigga but I know these niggas at the same time. So, and it's like, and I know why like they in these unfortunate situations, and I like to talk about brighter and happier shit to pull some of them people out of that, and pull some of that family out of that space. But I mean, you know.
Well, that's good.
It's the situation.
I mean, with your pops being from out here and your mom's being from Detroit, that's kind of like two, almost like that's East and then that's like Midwest kind of thing. Yeah. So like, what did you grow up listening to? Because you know, Detroit got their own sound. And New Jersey got their own sound. So what was that like?
Yeah, growing up, like my mom and dad, they was just jazzy folk. So like CDs I always remember growing up listening to was like Gladys Knight, OJ's. My dad had I don't know what the album is. He had the one OJ. He like, oh my God, that might have been his first son. Like I was like, all right, fam. Like dang, I was just trying to see what was going on. But yeah, it was all like old jazz. Like granted, like I don't think we listened to a lot of hip hop in my house. Only way I got hip hop was when I went out to like. I went to hoop practice, or like my cousin, he was like a big J fan. Like he was like Hove or Die. Like, and I kind of grew up like a Hove fan through him. But in my house, it was more, they was like oldies, old souls, 80s babies. They was just, you know, and that they wanted to dance and vibe. And so that was kind of like the energy in my house growing up.
Right. So is that influence, like, do you use that influence in your music?
Yeah. I like, I really love harmonies and melody. And it's weird. I mean, it's not actually. It's at this time in rap, they're more blended than ever. But I still like I said, like Jay growing up. Well, Jay is my favorite rapper, Jay and like Kendrick. So growing up, like I always wanted my music to sound like that. But it was like I also got this like melodic and just this real, you know, I guess loopy kind of sound to me that I kind of wanted to express at the same time. And it was like, how did I do this? And I guess I kind of figured it out, you know, in the last few years. I kind of figured out how I like to stack harmonies over top of like rap lyrics that can, you know, just nice things that can blend the two worlds. That's kind of how I like use both sides, I guess I'd say. So nice. Yeah.
So you have a single out.
Yes, better than I look. Yes, I
super fire track, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
Super fire. But what exactly was the thought process behind that? I'm so curious.
Better than I look. So all right, so we made the beat. Me and Kayy made the beat. It was after I finished my first project, User. And we was just working on some new stuff. We just had the beat. We had a box of Franzia. So we just off the wine, was chilling, making the beat, and
there you go.
Yeah. Oh nah, yeah. And that's what I was gonna get into. Like, if you need something for
it's the wine.
You know what I mean, if you need something, I can. Yeah. All right.
Trying to diversify my wine portfolio.
We gonna talk about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. We gonna talk about that. Please. Nah, but yeah, we was just off the wine, and I came up with the hook in studio, like as he was making the beat, like I'm better than but I never knew what it was gonna be. It was just like, all right, this sounds cool. This is nice, but I had to go home and sit with it, and then kind of what inspired like the verses, more or less, was just like that like the feeling of just like, all right, I had like some nice success off of User, and people are, they got their expectations of me, and bigger than that, I got expectations of myself, and I feel like this new responsibility now. And at first, it was messing with me just a little bit. It was wearing on me, like it was just like, all right, like how do I almost was trying to be myself instead of just being myself. Like I was trying to play the role of myself. So it was just like, it was messing with me, and I had a realization, and I was just thinking, and I was like, and one day I was just like, yo, a year ago, like today exactly, no matter what day it was, a year ago at this time, I was super depressed over like some real shit, like not this fake fugazi, like trying to be a rapper. Like this is nothing. And truthfully, I'm down. Yeah, I'm acknowledge that, but truthfully, I'm a lot better than how I look, how I feel. Like that was the purpose for me. So like through the verses, I was more or less talking to myself. Like it was braggadocious at times in nature, but I was like bragging to myself in the mirror, like, yo, this is you. Like it was almost like, affirmations and just reminding myself who I am. So yeah.
That's such a real feeling though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you really do feel so much better than you.
Yo, facts
and
though.
it really just takes some self-reflecting to really realize, like, yo, I feel way better than what I did however long ago.
Facts.
And you'll never know it until you sit down and really talk to yourself. Like, is that something that you do often, just self-reflect?
Yeah, that's a big part of how I'm still here, for real, if we keeping it a whole 100. Like, just talking either to my friends or just even with myself. Like, I be talking to myself.
Facts,
You know how
me
people
too.
be saying, I be like, I think actually a lot of people be talking to themselves.
Yeah.
So we can keep fronting if we want. But yeah, I often just look in the mirror and just assess. I take some time. I light a candle, and candle and wine are like my thing. Like, that's my
Love candles.
my earthly peace, is what I call it. Like, I sit down and I just think. And I won't be judge myself for what I think about or how I feel at the time. I just acknowledge it, like, yo, it exists, it's real. And then after that little session is over, it's like, all right, I dealt with it. If it's nothing like super big where I gotta go talk to somebody or something real, and it's just, it all feel like frivolous and just minuscule, I just be like, all right, well then I'm good. We good. We can move forward. The next day we gonna get better. So
Right.
I think we all need that kind of like. I try to do it every week or 2 weeks if I can, just to sit down and kind of like restart, I guess.
I was just gonna ask you, how important do you feel like that is as being an artist, to just sometimes sit down and self-reflect, because artists have a lot of noise around them.
It's always noisy.
Yeah, it's important because it's like you said, we got a lot of noise. We got it, and just artists, anybody that's chasing something in general, period.
Yeah.
You dealing with a lot in your head where you thinking about whether it's a deadline or where I'm gonna be at in 5 years, or and we try not to do it, but even if we looking on the internet and we get to comparing, and it's all that kind of stuff is like just real. It's real. It's just, it happens to all of us because we artists, and it's just how it is. And it's unfortunate, but it's what make us great, and it's what make us the trouble sometimes. But I feel like all artists should stop, pick a day or pick an hour or two to just stop and just be with yourself, and just reflect and just understand and try to deal with these emotions now, so they don't bottle up and then blow up, and then you do something and you're like, why am I even doing? You look back like, why I even do that? And it's because you ain't deal with some little shit back then, and it built up. So I think it's important to do, for real.
So true.
Yeah.
So you've been hitting a few stages lately.
Yeah.
Just super fire.
Rap. Yeah, I've been trying to rap for some people.
So for those of us who haven't gotten a chance to experience the Frankie on stage yet, how would you describe your performance abilities?
I think I'm pretty good, man. I'm gonna start.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm a humble guy, but I'm gonna bump my. I think I'm pretty good. It's if you can catch me with the live band, it's a very, very, very like dope experience. I only reason I say that so confidently because I feel like I'll be up on the stage like, damn, this shit kinda lit. Like, I don't even be looking at like the crowd sometimes. I'll be like, damn, we kinda rocking shit. Like, I'll be turning around looking in the back. So if you can catch me with the band, it's awesome. And when I'm not with the band, the music can speak for itself, the production. And I'm the type of rapper, I'm cutting the vocals off on my songs. Like, I'm a rap every word. Like, you gonna get everything I got. So
Right.
That's the kind of energy I'm bringing. And you're going to have your fun. It's your moments where you can jump. It's your moments where you could chill, reflect, think. I want to give you all of that. So very diverse and, kind of, like diverse show. For real.
You just got off tour.
Yeah, man.
Doing big team.
Yeah, still using tour, man. It was fun, man. We hit New York probably like 95 times, I think. Nah, not 95 times. But we went to New York a few times, and it was my first time actually performing out there. So, like, it was crazy. Dang, I swore he said that too. And I did, bro. I ain't lying
Listen,
to
that
you.
sounded important.
You
You know how that
poppin', for
ESPN
real.
does. You know something important. Nah, real rap.
Nah, bro, I'm an Eagles fan. Ain't nothing important
Bro,
with us
son,
right now. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, it ain't nothing important with us right now.
It's a bad year for us.
It's tough.
man.
It's tough.
We're making
It's
it
tough.
big.
Yeah, you see
It's a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
right now.
hey man, listen, man. Then we get the wine thing together.
Exactly.
He'll be
We
alright.
gonna talk.
We gonna
bro.
talk.
We gonna talk. I did my first shows in New York. I met Black Milk, I actually banged with Black Milk, and a lot of my friends was like real big fans of him. So that was like a moment like for the team,
Nice.
like for things to come full circle. Shout out to him, and it was just interesting. Like I love New York, like I truly do. Like I told you, I'm my favorite rapper, and coming up like. I just would be out here with like whether it was family. My mom used to come to like she liked the theaters and all that stuff. But I always just felt like an energy about like New York that I enjoyed. Now granted, I don't get it twisted. Jersey is my home, but I always felt like New York was like a special place to me. So going out there and doing my music, which I felt like they influenced indirectly, was an interesting thing for me. And then we got to close it back home in Philly and. It was.
Oh man, that's
awesome.
love.
Yeah,
How was that show?
That show was, that was the band one. Yeah, that was really fun. That was really fun. We brought the band out, had a lot of love. It was like literally probably like a year and 15 days since we dropped the project. So it was kind of like the year anniversary of like the project or whatever. So it was electric. Yeah, and we went to Cali too. Shout out to Coda the Friend. We got to go to Santa Ana and Santa Barbara. Yeah, Santa Ana and Santa Barbara. And listen, that they just y'all know, like y'all from the East, man. Like, and we walk around with a certain just like, yo, I don't know you, bro.
Mean demeanor.
Yeah,
cool,
and I ain't even being mean, bro. It's just I don't know you.
Exactly.
Like, and you just a little close, but they just like they got like the energy is so they just not saying like we love him, but they just like
real
like
hostile.
outwards with this. You know what I mean? And it was just a different energy. I really I like the West Coast a lot. Like I'll say that. Like the West Coast, they showed me a lot of love. So yeah, and we did the shows with Coda and all them joints were sold out. So I was just like, okay, it's like 400, 500 people here just for 2 nights in a row, and they was rocking with it. So it was 2019's been good, man. 2019's been good, man. Yeah.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you,
Right.
Nah, for real, thank y'all, man.
Where's your favorite spot to perform?
Yeah, it's right now. It's gonna be either Philly or Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara was fun. Santa Barbara was real fun. They were just engaged. They almost reacted to the music like they known it forever.
And they could appreciate it.
Yeah, it was just they appreciated it, and then home just ain't nothing like being home.
Yeah,
It's not even much I have to say. It's nothing like being home. It's nothing like having like my pops come out, my cousins being able to come out and see all this, especially for my dad, like, because at first for someone who was like apprehensive about me pursuing something like this, and then him seeing it come full circle, and then he like, oh, now he knowing every word, and he at the show talking all his big shit. Like, yeah, y'all see my son, like, nigga, sit but like, nah, it's that feeling of like being able to bring everybody together and my friends and just people from the area that I didn't know that now know, and it's just like, oh, that it's nothing that's gonna beat that, it's nothing that's gonna beat that. So yeah, either there, and right now I say Santa Barbara, because Santa Barbara was phenomenal. So yeah, my 2 favorite places.
So your last project was called User.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like any type of parallelism between the User and the using Frank?
Oh no, yeah. That's it. User for me was so I'm gonna give y'all the quick backstory. User for me, so my mom and my pops told y'all one Detroit, one Canada. Mm-hmm. My mom came to Jersey. It wasn't that ridiculous, but they met in NA. So like Narcotics Anonymous. So they was like they both got through their like journey together, basically. So that's like I said, they was 80s babies. They was lit. They was lit. They listening to oldies. They moving slow. They having it. But
Yo, that's a crazy story. That's a crazy story when you really think about it.
So yeah, they was. They was in their formative years and doing like the 80s and stuff. So so they met in there. And throughout my life, I was just an NA baby. Like I would just be in there with all the recovering addicts, and I call most of them like my aunts and uncles now. Like family. It's family, yeah. Like they are my family. And basically, like I grew up in that, and as I grew up, I kind of developed like my own vices, as we all do. And I kind of seen myself just leaning on things. and I kind of didn't want to do it because I had these teachings so young. Like I was just in a room with these people who was telling me their stories, and my mom was the type shit make me sit down and listen. Like, how you gonna listen to this? And at the time, I'm like, yo, come on, son, like, where my Game Boy at or something? But she was like, nah, you gonna catch this knowledge. So, and I kind of felt myself like leaning on just things, and I was missing a lot of things that to make me like, I guess, whole is what I wanted to say. So it was like, so user always for me was, the things I was telling people was basically user represented to me. I wanted to take the word user and flip the connotation on its head. I didn't want it to feel, because when you hear the word user, you know, it's always a negative thing when you hear it. And I wanted to tell people, like, when you use, you can use positively. You can use your friends, you can use love, you can use God. That's what I always tell people. Nothing, we ain't meant to be alone, we ain't meant to live alone. I know independence is lit right now. Everybody's self-sufficient, but we need each other. And I had to remind myself that, and that these vices I had wasn't going to help me fix anything or help me mend anything. So I needed myself, needed God, needed friends, I needed people I loved to lean on. So that was kind of like what user was. Now using Frank, we was just, somebody had, I'm gonna keep it 100. Somebody got Frankie Hill Instagram. He ain't doing nothing. He just chilling.
Don't you hate
He ain't posted since like 2016. His last post is of his dog. I'm like, bro, like, let me get that. Couldn't get it. So we kind of went to using Frank. It kind of worked out well with the whole, you know.
Well, that's okay. Yeah.
It ended up working out, but yeah, that's kind of like what user means, and kind of how I got to using Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it kind of morphed into its own thing, because people be telling me now, like, yo, bro, like, yeah, man, I look up to you. Or so it's like you get to use me. Look at my story, look at my trials, my tribulations, my successes, my failures, and use me as if you feel like you ain't got nobody.
Absolutely.
So,
It all worked out.
It worked out. Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
And not to take anything away from other artists, because, you know, everyone works in their own way they want to work, but the production of your projects, like even your singles, are so clean.
Yeah, shout out to Cam.
Yeah, shout out to him.
It's very rare that you have people that just all their stuff is just mixed properly, sounds good.
It's man though. It's so many people doing music, bro. Like right now, at the point you gotta first to even separate yourself from the simple pack. It just gotta sound clean.
Absolutely.
Because people get music at this point every Friday now. Somebody's dropping something new, and even if you just on an underground or a local level, it's like, bro, it's gonna separate you. Like if it all sound like it's bad quality, or you just, I mean, and I get it. Sometimes that feeling need to be restored, to that raunch and that grit, but on the most part, especially with kind of music I'm trying to make, it gotta be polished, it gotta be clean. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's a necessary part of it.
It makes people want to listen to it more too.
Yeah. People. Yeah, man. Nobody want to listen to no shit.
That's what I'm saying. If it's mixed poorly, it's like, damn, bro. Like, I don't know how much my ears could take it. Like, sometimes
you tune out.
You don't know what device a person is listening through. Sometimes they'll listen through their phone with no headphones. Sometimes they'll have shitty headphones. Sometimes they'll be listening in their car. Yeah. If it's not mixed properly, it's not gonna sound good unless you're on a great sound system. And 9 times out of 10, we're not listening on a great sound system.
I don't know the last time, like some just a regular, just your average citizen listen to something on a great sound system.
Exactly.
Like daily, we don't listen to great sound systems.
Absolutely
so it's
not.
like, you gotta make sure it's mixed down properly, especially and if you want to be like intricate and have like little cool things in your music, they gotta be able to hear it. Like,
yes.
You know what I mean? Now if you in a different lane and you different and you going for that gritty feel, you can lack a little bit there because it give it a different feeling. Like it's some unmixed music that is great.
Yeah,
like,
but there's a certain way you got.
Exactly. It's a way to not mix it. Exactly. So it's fine what your thing is, and attack it. But
so you spoke about vices. Do you feel like music is now your vice, like in a positive way?
I guess I guess it's I don't want to call it. The only reason I don't want to call it a vice is because like I love it. I don't love Henny. I fuck with Henny. Shout out to Henny.
I was gonna ask you. You must love the Henny.
But I don't love Henny. I do enjoy Henny. I enjoy Henny a lot. We can go on dates. She was not coming to Thanksgiving. but you probably gonna be at Thanksgiving. He's gonna be at Thanksgiving. But in my analogy here, I'm just saying like, yeah, I don't love, like, I genuinely like love music, like just any kind of it, if it's just good, I just like good shit. I just really like listening to music. And that's the only reason I won't call it a vice, but yes, in that aspect is something that I use, and something that's like a vessel for me to escape or tell my story or just get some feelings off. Definitely, like it's the number one thing in my life for certain. Yeah. So.
Who are you listening to today?
Right now, it's crazy. I'm listening to a lot of old stuff, so I'm listening to well, not really old, but I'm listening to like Nostalgia Ultra, Frank Ocean at the moment.
Nice.
I was listening to Untitled Unmastered, Kendrick. Okay. And what's the other one that's like in my Party just dropped, so I've been getting my Party rocks. Party drop, that's my dog, man. I went to P2 like the other day or so.
Yo, P2 is such
P2 is crazy, man. Like
Bro,
P2
dropped at such a good time. Like every time I listen, it just takes me back to that. So it's such a good time.
P2 is so phenomenal. So that's probably the three I'm listening to heavily. And I always, every night I don't know how, but I find a way to listen to like the Lauryn Hill MTV Unplugged, what is it? Adam Lives in Theory and Mystery of Inequity, because she was just rapping for like 45 minutes or something ridiculous, and she was just spitting on that joint. But
shout out to Lauryn.
Yeah, shout out to Lauryn. And then I found out that's where I've been knew it, but it kind of like all came together like probably like a few months ago. That's where Ye got the All Falls Down sample from, and I was just like, oh, like it's just connected so many dots in my childhood.
Yo,
I was just
so
like, whoa.
You hear a song today and you just stumble across where they got the sample.
Yeah.
Yo, it's such
I'll be like, oh, snap.
Then you can't get it out your head.
Yeah, exactly. Facts. Exactly. Yo, facts. No, so yeah, I've been that's what I've been listening to lately. Just just chilling. And every time I get in my little R&B bag, I might throw on some old Tiller with the Snow Allegra. You gotta get the mix right.
Snow Allegra.
Shout out to Snow, man. Snow different, man. She different. She real different.
Nah, for real. Yeah, if there was any like song that you could sample for one of your songs, what would it be?
Wow, any song that I could sample? That's crazy. Dang.
It's a lot of good music out there.
I know, yeah, and I'm thinking of like every song I ever heard, so I can't think of nothing. Like, I gotta think of every song, so I can't think of one. Quickly,
you could just name off a bunch of songs that you would like love to sample. Because I know one is very difficult.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I'm definitely going. I don't know how I would do it. Hit Cam or something. But definitely, so I'm going Michael Jackson, Butterflies. Okay. Them chords is just a little different on Butterflies. I don't know. Them chords is different. What else? See, and a lot of my songs that I like already have samples in them. So it's like, do I sample the song that's been sampled, or do I sample?
You could, technically.
Yeah, can I sample the song? I mean, Tory just did it. Tory just did it. You ain't gonna make no money off it, but say that, yeah. Tory did just sample.
For the ears.
Yeah, so MJ Butterflies, I'd probably go, I tried to sample Lauryn Hill, Doo Wop, but 40 and Drake killed it on that one time on Draft Day. Oh my God. Yo, me and my man Theo was trying to make that beat. When that thing dropped, we looked at each other like,
it's over.
So whatever we was doing with that little loop, we could just put that up. Cause that thing was crazy. So yeah, either probably I would probably like to revisit Doo Wop. And the last one, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know.
It's all good. You still have some good picks.
Yeah. Probably some John Legend shit or something though.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, some John Legend. Ooh, you know it'd be hard. Probably wouldn't sample the beat, but that Ordinary People's melody is hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that joke crazy. Yeah, we can flip that. That'd be hard.
That'd be so hard.
But yeah, that's off the top of my head, that's 3 that I probably say I like to do.
So your ears are very different. So how do you adapt to the music, like the we call it mumble rap?
Oh, mumble rap.
Going around.
Yeah, I like it. Niggas be turned up, man.
He struck me as the type to like all type of music.
Yeah,
like,
nah, they be turned up.
I'm rocking with it.
Nah, yeah. I mean, they got everybody. To me, everybody got their time and their place, and
that is a fact.
Occupy. It ain't one space out here for us. We can all occupy this rap thing and live simultaneously. It's tough though. No, I ain't gonna act naive. Like, it's harder if you want to be a lyricist. It's different. It's a different line you gotta toe. Granted, I genuinely enjoy melody, but for people who don't really care too much about that and they just want to rap, it's hard without melody. Now you used to, like Cole said, you used to get a platinum plaque without no melody. Like, but you need melody now. You need something for people to. They want to sing along to your rap songs. They don't want to rap your rap songs unless you build that fan base that's like. And most of the people that do that got like cult like followings, or they're like, they just in that. Not saying it's impossible, but you know, some chips got to fall the right way for you to get that cult like following. But for certain, it's clouded the pool a little bit because with that, that's the easiest form of rap to do. I'll say that it's the easiest form of rap, so a lot of people do it, and thus making the pool bigger, and then it's also making the most money. So it's the easiest to do. It's making the most money. So now everybody's trying to do it, and then you trying to do something different that might not be making the most money, and it's just it gets tricky. It gets discouraging sometimes. But if you believe in what you do, and you just genuinely work at your craft, I think you should be fine. So that's always the approach I take to it, and
I commend you, definitely. Just imagine being surrounded by some shit that you know is gonna make you a bunch of money, but you still want to stay over here in this lane and shoot your shot.
Like March Madness Future is one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, so I can never shit on like this like trap rap, mumble rap, all that. I can never do it because they got like some of my favorites. Like, I don't know. What I
still think Future's in a different category though, because he be talking some shit too. Like, I don't really consider
Future
him
be
mumble.
on these records crying like for help, and it's so good.
But that's the thing, he's like, he's God tier with it. Like, he's definitely like, he's elevated with that. But like, all of these people are like his babies. Like, they're all just like Future babies that are kind of like doing the Future thing but differently, or like doing the Wayne thing but differently. So they all. But I feel you. Yeah, Future ain't really one of them. But
I'll never forget the first time I heard March Madness. Never, ever. First of all, dropped in March, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I woke up at like 6 in the morning, because I'm always up early. And I'm just on my laptop just searching for new music, because that's all I do. And I said, oh, Future dropped some new stuff. All right, let me listen to it. And I played it. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm in my room going crazy.
Dress it up and make it real.
Crazy. Like,
dress it up and make it real for me.
I said, yo, this is it, bro.
Before it even dropped, that shit was a bop. Like,
yo, this is it,
bro.
That
thing dropped. Dirty soda in the. I'm like, oh my god, I never had dirty soda in the styrofoam. But you cannot tell me that.
Feel it, bro.
You can't tell me.
What? I was at Z Lounge in Elizabeth with a bunch of hood niggas. Those niggas had the cup. Everybody was this way. It was this way. And my little petite ass was just like, what do I do?
Nah, that's probably a different energy. If I was really off the dirty soda in the styrofoam, I can only imagine. But March Madness is one of like
that's one thing about music, bro. Good music make you feel. That's like, you can say whatever you want about any of these rappers, but these rappers that got all these fans, they feel.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, that's the most important thing in music.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what they kind of like. They tap it into, is just making you feel something. And I get it, like a lot of like the purists are like, what was happening to the words, because the words were supposed to make people feel. And that's kind of where we originated from, but now we got to find that balance again. I'm with them on that, like where it's like the words and the music are both making you feel, and it's not you leaning on one too heavy, because nobody wants to just hear a bunch of words that make me feel over some trash ass production. Because that I don't care, bro.
Different story.
That's whack, bro. Like, your words is nice, bro, but this hi-hat is tweaks. Like, yeah, like this bass is trash, bro. Like, nobody want that. And then and right now, like, your beat can be super hard, and if your melody's cool, it don't really matter what you're saying. So you gotta find that medium.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, because now the words is not making them feel. It's how the beat sound, how the melody is doing. That's what's making them feel.
Yeah, the melody is taking over. It's taking place of the words.
That's why I think that's why Blueface got him. Because when Tatiana came out, just that beat alone.
It was that beat and that pocket he was in. It was. I thought it was like
the vibe he created.
Yeah, it was bad rapping, but it took some talent to be that bad at rapping. Like it took some energy.
Don't let you attach a catchy dance to it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's over.
You feel me?
It's over. It was over.
It was a wrap for that. But yeah, like they every once in a while they come around where somebody just catch an energy and it's like it's undeniable. And it's just like, so Blueface caught one, man. Shout out to him.
He did.
It's just keeping that.
I
think that's so hard for them.
Especially, we was just talking about that. Especially when you get like just one song. Like that's what we talking about, Lil Nas. Like you get a song and it just goes like beyond your wildest dreams. And I remember Young M.A. was talking about it. She was like, I had to stop. She was like, I'm not getting an album because I ain't ready to drop. And I was like, yo, that's the realest shit I've ever heard, yo. Because you just, especially if you coming up and you not necessarily taking it like serious, like you ain't got like a 3-year plan. You just dropping a song and what? It's number one. What? Everybody know the words. What? Sold out a show. Bro, hold on, wait. Yep. And then 4 months later, y'all like, what, an album? You like, wait the hell a minute, bro. I wasn't even going to do music the next day. Yeah.
First of all, I'm doing way too many shows.
Facts,
I'm everywhere.
Yeah, I'm on the road.
Y'all want an album?
Yo,
I can't give you an album
bro.
right now.
Wasn't ready for none of this to happen. So, and that when she said that, I was like, that's one of the realest things I ever heard somebody say. Because like,
you gotta be real mature to even admit that shit.
Yeah, that take a lot to just admit it because it's hard. Especially when you got a machine.
I could get an album out, and then they do that shit. That shit be trash. Yeah, and you done lost all your fans now.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I was one of them people like, yo, she got to drop an album now. Like she just got to drop at least a body of work, just so she could capitalize off of that song.
Yep.
But when she put it that way, it's like, damn, you're really right.
She played it smart.
It's not all about capitalizing off that momentum.
That momentum, yeah. Because if you don't do it right, you'll fall, you'll crumble underneath that. You'll crumble.
Designer. I bring that thing up all the time.
I think Designer's a little bit different though. Yeah, he's still in the same box, but I feel like because he's with good music, I think they kind of like stripped him for all he was worth, kind of thing.
You did it too fast.
Yeah,
it was too fast.
They took his biggest song, right? Panda was huge. Panda is probably like diamond right now, right? Then they took that and put a Kanye remix on it, threw it on Kanye album.
Oh, that's where
you feel me?
Outside of like, I guess like the area. I mean, because that's the first time I heard it was on the Life of Pablo album. And I was like, oh my God.
That's what really took him out of
it. Yeah, and that was the first. And then I went back and it was like, nah, this joint been bubbling for a minute now. And I was like, oh, where? I never even knew. But see, Designer was different because I felt Designer had like, I feel like it might have been some mismanagement, man. Because Timmy Turner was
super fire.
And that XL up, that double X, he came out humming.
The melody was
super. I still listen to that shit.
He had another song that was really good. Outlet, I think it was
Outlet, yep. Yeah, Outlet was hard. Really good. That's why I was like, Designer was one I felt like he delivered again. And I felt like he deserved a little bit more from.
But you also have to pace yourself. Like you get put in these big situations and you taking the first thing smoking, that shit will fuck you over each time. Chance the Rapper said, "Hell no." He got offered deals by some of the biggest niggas in the industry and said no. Sometimes you gotta take that L and just.
But I think Chance got to deal with Apple, but we're not gonna speak on that. But right, then there's a case like.
Nah, I'm with y'all. Chance got something going.
That's what I'm saying. But then there's a case like Fetty Wap, right? Yeah. Where Fetty threw out Trap Queen, year and a half. Yeah. Then that thing just blew up.
Yep.
Then he put out another song, blew up. Then he put out another song, blew up.
That's what, and that'd be.
But he actually fired though.
I never blamed Fetty. It was like I felt like he almost had like too much heat at one. It was like everything he was making was smoking, like, and it was like, come on, bro. Like he couldn't have foreseen that everyone was gonna be the one.
Like
he had like 4 ones on that album.
He was like, all right, I'm gonna just throw this one out. Boom! He's like, all right, damn. All right, throw this one out. Boom! I'm like,
God.
Yeah.
Everything?
Trap Queen, and then he did My Way, and then we got a Drake
then
feature.
He did like,
whoa,
he did like 6, 7, 9.
But he had the ladies. He went the smart route. He had the ladies.
Yo, he was turned, and then it's almost impossible to keep up with those astronomical heights. Like that man was on the top of the world for a year, tippy, like
Facts.
Trap Queen, My Way, 6, 7, 9. Like you said, like bro, that was almost unrealistic to expect someone to do that again
and
like,
to keep doing
bro.
it. Like,
yeah,
nah.
People usually spread those high moments out. Like you get your valleys or you pop, you get a little.
You go up and down.
He was just pew, like and he just stayed there, and we was just like, "Come on, man, that's ridiculous."
And then it was like, "Oh, he can't go higher." Nope.
Yeah,
went higher. Like
facts.
It was.
Just when you said, "Yo, they ain't gonna get higher than this," Drake said, "All I gotta do is come
inside." Oh my god, that shit was taking every party out here.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's over. Like, so yeah, that's tough, man. It's tough to follow up too. And then he got to deal with real life, and I know he was going through some stuff. So that shit was crazy, man. Yeah, but shout out to Fetty, man.
Word.
So what can we expect from you moving forward? New Year's coming up.
Year
2020.
Everybody got a 2020 clear vision bar. Shout out to them. But yeah, man, new music. New music for real. A lot of new music. I think I want to come around a couple times this year. So I think I want to drop a few things. So yeah, a lot of new music. Been working on it a lot this year. We've been traveling a lot, so it's kind of been like not hurting my creative process, but slowing it a little bit. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's the trade-off. You know, you spread the music out, and then you come back and you make it, and you got more people to show up.
And get some inspiration too.
And then
along the way.
Exactly. Along the way you get inspiration. Yeah, you know. So yeah, a lot of music in 2020. That's what I'm looking to do.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, let everybody know where to find you, where to find your music.
Yeah, so Twitter, Instagram at Using Frank. You can find the music on all your DSPs, Spotify, Apple, Target, Walmart. Nah, we ain't in Target.
I was about to say Target and Walmart.
Nah, we ain't in Target and Walmart. But yeah, everywhere you get your music, Google Play, Amazon, whatever, we everywhere. So yeah, Frankie Hill.
Thank you for stopping by the Champions Corner table
Appreciate
today.
Y'all. Yeah, thank you.
Can't wait to see what you got in store.
Thank you.
I am Kayy Simone, Ali John. Just tune in to Champions Corner. We are out.